and thank you for joining me on Sew Stitch Hex. I'm Miss Izzy, and today we're going to talk about candles and candle magic. Now, any spell can incorporate candles into it, and you can use spells with no candles and add candles. Candles can be used in a variety of ways, and many aspects can be used in addition to the candles. But as one simple thing, you can use it by itself. You can use it in conjunction with herbs and rope. You can use it with words alone. It really is up to you. I use mine in addition to many things, and I use it anytime I'm doing basic spell work. Even if I'm welcoming spirits or any deities or goddesses, as I did exercises with the Lady of the Flame, the goddess of the hearth. I invited her into my home and into my space, and by doing so, I would light a candle by my door. I have a cute little candle holder. It's pink. It's a little tree. It's pink. And I invited her into my home, and by lighting the candle, it was like a sign. It was a light, a beacon to invite the spirits into my space. This was a welcoming way for me to identify, hey, this is the house. Stop here. And my idea is that as it burns down, I'm using the space. Once it's burned out, well, they don't have to go home or wherever it is they reside, but they don't need to stay here. And that's the idea I have there. So you can use it in a variety of ways and incorporate candles in any way you want. You can use so many different kinds. Like, you can use these cute little tapers that usually burn for 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes, depending on where you get them, what kind they are, the brand, how they were made. I love the tapers. You can use the big ones. And this one in particular it burns for 2 hours. And I love it. If my energy is very high, it will burn down in 30 minutes, which makes no sense. But it's the same candle. It has burned for 2 hours before. I love pink, so I use a lot of pink. But you can use a variety of colors, like blue. And if you're following traditional color magic, then you'll use colors like green for love. It's the new life, the new energy. It's like springtime, the fresh flowers, the fresh floral. It is this vibrancy, and it's nice. My green tapestry. But then you can also use things like more neo-pagan ideas that redefined color magic, like pink. I use pink in love magic sometimes too. I'll use both, but I like pink. It's so cute. It's adorable. So much of my things are pink. Corset. Bow. Lipstick. So many things are pink. My house has a lot of pink things. My scrying mirror, which I will show eventually, is fuchsia. And my, of course, as I mentioned earlier, the candle that I allow spirits into my home with is pink. My altar is baby pink. It's a 3-tiered shelf that I got for free. It was just a random thing someone was getting rid of, and they were like, hey, here you go. And I was like, oh, I love it. And it was a hideous shade of yellow, and I corrected it and made it pink. And it's glorious. It's so me. Everything I can get that's pink is pink. I mean, I love purple, don't get me wrong, but for some reason pink it sticks. But in traditional magic, you can use traditional color magic. You can use things like blue for the unconscious, for the water, the waves, for the creativity and the flowing movement. You can use things like orange for fire and passion. Same for red. You can use it in curses. You can use different types. You don't have to use the tapers. I just have lots of tapers. You can use cute little votives and cute little tea lights that are just so precious. Little votives. These little tea lights I got at the Dollar Tree. So great. My little votives. I got these at Walmart. But you can get them anywhere. You can get them. The big tapers that I have here were 25 cents each at Habitat for Humanity. And some of them were from Goodwill. So you can get them literally everywhere. Used stores like vintage and donation places. They all get candles and things all the time. And it's a great place to get some cheap candles. Or you can get good deals on Amazon like I do. I love the deals. Then you have candles like these that usually have pictures of saints, but mine has a picture of Melanie Martinez because I thought it was nifty. It was just so cute. But normally I would have pictures of saints, and you can find them at the Dollar Tree also. Same for the votives and the tea lights. And if you can't have candles, that's okay. You don't have to have an open flame. You can have these precious. These aren't the traditional votives, which you can also get, or the traditional tea lights. These are floral tea lights, and it's LED. This is a white rose that changes color. And I also have purple, because purple is darling. And these also make very great gifts for your deities. I don't work with deities often. I usually work with fairies. And most of the time I give them sparkly things and things I find in nature. I'll take nature walks and find little shells or little sparkly things. One time I really wanted shark teeth and took my shoes off to wander around, and when I came back, there were shark teeth in it. I do not live at the beach. There are no shark teeth in the ground where I'm at. So I consider it a little gift. And it's lovely. Because I love teeth. If I could be a tooth fairy, I probably would. But until then, I'll probably be a bone fairy, which is a more violent variety, but I'll take it in the vulture culture way. Maybe I'll do a video on that too. I digress. You could do these lighting candles for your deities. Say you give Hecate at Deipnon, which is a... worshippers of Hecate will have a ritual where they write what they're going to get rid of and what they would like to receive on the new moon for the following month. They are going to get rid of something negative, banish something from themselves, give something up, and in return they can receive something positive, something light. You can receive something similar to equal value of what you're giving up. So like I, for instance, at Deipnon, which would be hosted on the new moon of every month, where you are cleansing yourself, preparing yourself for the new month. Once I asked to help me with some of my attitude, because I have a lot of it, way too much, but is in particular when I'm super annoyed about someone who did something towards me, which is not necessarily hard to do, but I digress. I wanted to get rid of some of this, and in return, I wanted to bring in more positive attitude, more love, and more forgiveness in my life. It doesn't have to be something physical. It can be. You can ask to get rid of debt and bring in money. Doesn't mean you get it, especially if you don't feel honestly good towards the deity, or if a deity just really feels like messing with you. Like one of our friends, we asked that he quit drinking, and then as he was drinking after that new moon, he just felt sick all the time. And it was like, well, Hecate's looking out for you. You gonna get what you asked for. And it was super funny. Well, another way is to like ask for help with something. Like just ask for help. But I would perform this ritual monthly with my high priest and many members of my coven. And once I did give Hecate a tea light because I didn't have anything else to give. So I gave her a candle because I had one. And I burned it for her special. And I just put all of my thoughts into, this is for you. This light, this fire, this candle, as it burns away, is my gift to you. And that's one thing you can do with your candles. It doesn't have to be elaborate. It doesn't have to be fancy. It can be an offering. Although, as I said, don't work with deities that often, but sometimes that's all you got. That's all you got. Another thing is if you want to be super extra and you don't want to dress your candles with oils and herbs and things, after you've blessed them, which you should always bless your tools in some way, claiming them as yours and making the energies yours. You can use something super fancy like Yankee Candle because they have smells and colors, and you can use that to enhance your spell work. This one is gingerbread, and I use lots of cinnamon and homey smells and things that involve love and money and just make you feel warm, and I use lots of those. Lots of fire. I'm an earth element, Capricorn, but I use lots of fire and warmth. That's why it was so interesting that I hadn't worked with the Lady of the Hearth before. Till Letha, or up until Letha, I had been preparing to work with her for the ritual. Since I hosted Letha, it was lovely. But you can incorporate candles into different aspects of your spell work. You can incorporate it into different parts of your life, such as inviting spirits into your home as offerings to your deity, enhancing your spell work by having candles that have been dressed or enhanced. You can just use a basic white candle if you don't have access to colors and fancy stuff. It doesn't have to be fancy, but it can be. And if it is, all power to you. Spell work, all on you. Candles, all on you. If it's not in the spell, add it. You don't have to. And if it's in there, use it, but you don't have to. It's all up to you. The practice is yours, and the candles are yours to use if you so choose. All right. Thank you for joining me here on Sew Stitch Hex. This has been Candles and Candle Magic. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me, comment, like, subscribe, refer me to a friend if you'd like. Thank you, and I hope to cast a spell with you in the next video.